Greetings, my friends. It's a pleasure for me to celebrate the deep bond between the Peace Corps and the Dominican Republic, a partnership that has supported volunteers across 7 decades. There are not many programs that can say that. So that is a legacy to be proud of. My service in the town of Monte Plata kicked off a journey that has enriched my life and influenced my career ever since in business, in government, and in the nonprofit world. I spent my 2 years helping local teachers support the next generation of Dominicans in rural schools, and then a 3rd year at the Universidad Madre Maestra in Santiago as an instructor on the education faculty. And I continue to find so much inspiration from the impact a person can have by motivating the younger generations to pursue big dreams. That's just one of the reasons that I'm doing everything I can to help build Peace Corps Park, a new federal commemorative work that will be located near the National Mall in Washington, D.C., symbolizing the values of Peace Corps service. It's a way for us all to honor our shared legacy, while also inspiring future generations to follow in our footsteps. The Peace Corps Foundation has secured all the necessary approvals from Congress to the National Park Service, and now we're raising the remaining $6 million we need to break ground. You can learn all about the project on our website. Just Google Peace Corps Park. So, mis amigos, I hope you will join me in supporting the effort. Thank you for all your partnership, your friendship, and for your service.
Hola, bienvenido, all my fellow RPCVs in the Dominican Republic. I'm honored to be with you today and to celebrate 60 years of Peace Corps service here in the Dominican Republic. We made a lot of friendships together, those of us who worked on the same teams back many years ago in my case, but also the great friendships we developed within the Dominican Republic. It was a life-altering experience, for me anyway, as a Peace Corps volunteer in the Dominican Republic. And I'm sure it was a life-altering experience for many others as well around the globe, where you could make a difference and call a place home, while only for a while it became a place we always referred to as home from our Peace Corps experience. I'd like to talk to you about an idea that we're celebrating as well, and that is the creation of a Peace Corps Park in Washington, D.C., and not far off the mall in Washington as well, where we'll not only celebrate and commemorate the service of the 250,000 people who served in the Peace Corps, but also to act as an inspiration to coming generations to possibly consider continued service in the Peace Corps. Not only is it a rewarding experience for the communities and the individuals we serve, let me also say something that's also true, and that is it's rewarding personally. It changed my life. I know it changed the lives of many others as well. So my friends, if you would, we're building this park. Already we've raised money. The ground will get broken. We're raising $6 million for it. The approvals are already in. Everything's all set. So if you can find out about the Peace Corps Park in Washington and maybe contribute to that construction, it would be a great way for us to celebrate the Peace Corps and its service to the country over those many decades. Thank you all again for your participation in this visit here back to the Dominican Republic. It's a great place to come to. It's a great place to recall fond memories of our service so many years ago in my case. Thank you all very much.
Hello, Peace Corps DR. Buenas tardes a todos. Es un gran honor para mí para estar aquí hoy en día con ustedes. I am so happy to be with everybody. And it has been almost 20 years since I got back from the Dominican Republic, and I think of my time there all the time. This reunion and the commemoration of 63 years of Peace Corps DR has been missing tostones, la bandera dominicana, warm sand, cool breezes, bachata music, and car washes more than I ever thought I could. I tell people all the time that the most important professional experience I ever had was my time in the Peace Corps, and I am certain that most of you would agree. That service takes on different forms at different times, as we all know. Now, focusing on that 3rd goal, telling the countless stories I have about how Dominicans are the nicest people on the planet. Except, of course, for that time that they kicked me off the softball team after half an inning saying, "Este gringo aquí no sirve." Which was probably true. From the very first volunteers who went to the Dominican Republic in 1962 to the ones who have just come back, we're all part of this story, and we have a responsibility to tell it. And folks, that's where Peace Corps Park comes in. If you're not familiar with the effort to build a permanent symbol commemorating the values of Peace Corps near the National Mall in Washington, D.C., I hope you'll find, like me, that it's a legacy-defining project for our entire community. The Peace Corps Foundation has secured necessary approvals, and we're raising the last $6 million needed to break ground on the flagship project. So please check out peacecorpscommemorative.org to learn more about it and consider showing your support with a donation. Thank you for all that you do for the Dominican Republic, for the Peace Corps, for our country, and for our world. It is needed now more than ever. Suerte.